The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Once again, it's your man, Ruben, in the house, doing what we do. Man, you know, it's close and it's almost here. But of course, like we do, I'm glad to see my man's back, AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
Man, I'm glad you're feeling better, bro.
Bruh, whatever's going around, I was like, oh my goodness. Hacking, coughing. Then I made my wife sick. Oh my, it was bad.
Oh,
It was bad. It was bad.
so what's
But I'm on the mend.
Yeah, you good?
Well, I feel better than I sound. It's one of those things. I'm just waiting for
Okay.
the mucus to go away and the cough to go away, but I feel pretty good.
There's nothing worse than coughing with phlegm in your throat and you can't get it out. It's the worst shit ever.
Man, I'm just saying. But I do want to tell y'all, I did the show yesterday. That was a good one, bro. What was it you asked him? I hate being old. I hate being, because I can't remember anything, man. I just did this yesterday. Actually, I did it like less than 12 hours ago. But I think the question was about sentencing or white collar crime. White collar crime.
That's what we talked about last week.
Man, his answer was brilliant and truthful because you can't talk about those kind of crimes and not talk about race. Black people steal shit.
Yeah.
White folks embezzle. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was a great show, by the way. It was a great show.
Well, thank you. You know, I caught on my social media today that now that the Chrisleys are free, Todd and Julie will now be getting involved into politics to thank Donald Trump for letting them out. And I was just like, geez.
Well,
and the show's coming back. So I was like,
it has to. I mean, how interesting is it now?
Bro,
Well,
it's probably
come on, man.
But it's probably gonna be a whole bunch of politics. So,
well, look, how interesting is two ex-cons with a reality show that are white trying to act like they ain't do jack? Come on, man. That's must-see TV, man. I think I might watch that.
I mean, look, I hear you. I ain't gonna front, man. I used to watch it because
it was a great show. I think Todd Chrisley is hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought he was gay for a while.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's like it's white privilege
so much you have no words.
It's white privilege at its best, man.
Yeah. But now you add the jail part into it? Come on, man.
Let's be real. Other than a dude in Chicago, an NBA young boy, man, how many other black people got pardoned? And hold on, man. NBA young boy?
What did he do to get? First of all, why did he get arrested?
He's a felon and he had a handgun.
Okay.
And that's a little illegal.
How does Trump pick him out of a crowd?
I guess he says some I love Trump shit, probably.
Oh,
that's the only thing I know.
That's all it takes?
I guess. Mo B Jones joined the party. Mo B might know. He's our expert on a whole bunch of other stupid black people. So what's going on, Mo B?
Ho. I'm the expert on a whole bunch of stupid other black people.
Yeah. So
does that make me?
Apparently, a stupid black person.
I no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Not me. No. I did not say that. So AG and I were talking. So the Christies are coming back with their show and all this other stuff, and now they're got more political. Yay! And we're just
Wait a
talking about
minute.
for the most part.
The Chrisleys are about to have a political show.
No, they're just gonna come back to a reality show, but Julie has pretty much said they're gonna start getting more political in their personal life because Trump, got them out of jail and stuff. So,
Well,
they
they
I
do
mean,
have
do
to-
they need to get more political than that?
I mean, you got to pay the
I mean-
boss back, man.
yeah, they got to bend the knee, got to kiss the ring. So, with that being said, then I basically made a statement that except for that dude from Chicago and NBA YoungBoy, I don't know how many other black people really got pardoned. So AG asked me what NBA YoungBoy did to get put in jail, and the answer is he had a handgun and he's a felon, and you can't do that. So, and I was like, well, I guess he said some cool shit about liking Trump while he was in jail. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
I don't know if he said anything about Trump. Once again, I feel like you, like most other people, are falling for what's going on, which is it's all the fucking distraction. Like
No, we
he just
understand that. That's not the point.
randomly selected some fucking black people to go along with the white people that he was really focusing on getting out. That's all it was.
Yeah, but the question more or less was because we very briefly before you came on started talking about NBA YoungBoy. I don't know much about the dude, and I figured you would know more than me.
Why? I mean, he raps. That's about all I know. I mean, he raps, and I don't think he's
I didn't
very
even know that.
talented.
I just
You
never
didn't know
understood
that?
why he was called NBA YoungBoy.
I think we
No,
discussed him before.
It's never broke again. That's what NBA
Yeah,
stands.
we talked about him before.
It's never broke again.
Yes,
Yeah, NBA.
because we were wondering about the NBA, and that's what
Oh,
Mo told us
okay.
the first time. Never broke again.
Sorry. I mean, maybe that makes me less black because I didn't know that. But whatever.
No. It just means that you're not a connoisseur of young hip hop, which is okay because you're not a young nigga, or as the kids say, you're not a YN. Because we got to make an acronym for everything. You're
Yes,
not a
correct.
YN.
I have just discovered that your daughters are your secret weapon.
How
You're
so?
staying relevant. Because
Honestly, I would not give my daughters plural for that. I would give my youngest daughter a little credit for that. But my oldest daughter don't get with none of that shit. She's listening to fucking 90s music.
That's
She's
right.
listening to alternative music. Like,
That's right.
I mean, she knows some
She
of
don't
the
listen to rap,
songs.
dog?
No, she listens to some of it, but that's you're not gonna just see her vibing out on that. Like, yo, we went to a record store and she just got in fucking utero. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she
Oh.
does like some rappers. Like she's
That's impressive.
she's a huge Tyler the Creator fan. She loves Tyler the Creator. And I gotta be honest, I did not have a like or dislike for Tyler the Creator because for the most part I was just like, this nigga ain't talking to me, like he ain't making music for me. But as I started to listen to more stuff he's done, I'm kind of a fan. Like he does he say some off the wall shit? Yes. And with him, I feel like you can tell it's purposeful. Like some niggas just be saying some stupid shit because that's what they can do. But I don't believe I believe he's deliberate with everything, and I can respect that as an artist because when you listen to a lot of his music, like yo, there's a lot of artistry in what Tyler the Creator does, a lot of it, and it's okay if you don't like it. It's okay if it ain't for you because when I first heard a lot of his stuff, shit ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But when I delve deeper into it because I gotta fucking hear it because she's playing it sometimes. Not bad. Shit's not bad.
Shut that shit down.
Nah,
I mean-
I told myself I would never be the person that was like dictating what type of music, and I'm never gonna be the person that's going up to them saying, "Hey, the music you listen to is trash." Now, I will say individual songs, I'll be like, I don't understand the appeal that y'all see in this garbage, but
Not garbage, but garbage.
Garbage.
Like
I'm just
Tarjay.
saying.
Like
Yeah,
Tarzan.
I'm just saying, like, I don't see the appeal, but I also fully acknowledge that 40-something-year-old me ain't supposed to be vibing to teenage music. It ain't being made for me. Even though so many of the artists that are making the teenage music are fucking my age, which is crazy. It's crazy. A lot of these, there's a lot of rappers and people who are way older than you would think. You're not fucking old. Future is that nigga damn near 50.
First of all, how dare you mention that name on the show? We don't talk about that. Sorry,
and to be honest, a lot of the younger kids and my daughter, they don't listen to fucking Future. But
Future's good for a hook every 13 months. Just one hook.
I mean, look, man, Future is just good for people who like Future, man. I've stopped trying to even figure out who the target audience for people is. I just try to figure out, am I that audience? And if I'm not that audience, I gracefully bow out and I just go, cool, it ain't for me.
Yeah, it's a strong no for me over here too.
Because if you get distracted by the trash music that's being put out, it leads you to believe that all the music that's coming out is trash. Because you are being distracted by shit that you ain't supposed to be listening to. But because I'm not that easily distracted by stuff like that, I can say I'm not the target audience and I can move to the next thing and find stuff that's still being made presently today that I can go, I like that. I like that because I'm not spending so much old man energy going, back in my day, we did things this way. Like, nah, man, I know that shit ain't coming back.
I mean, I just hit the skip button.
Yo, and that's actually what I'm saying, bro. Like, there's so many people who spend so much energy trashing stuff. Like, yo, if I hear something and I'm like 30, 45 seconds into it, I'm just like, hey, this ain't for me. They not trying to make this for me. And there's nothing about this I'm feeling. Next. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to waste energy on it. I'm going to go, let me move to something else. Like, Spotify used to piss me off because it used to play a whole bunch of shit that wasn't liked by me. And I'd be like, yo, just play the shit I like. But then I realized, like, you can't just, Spotify's trying to expand my horizon. So now I don't get mad at Spotify. I just hit next. You know what I'm saying? And then every once in a while I stumble onto a song, but hey, I don't even know who that is. But that shit kind of fire. And I like it. And now all of a sudden it's opened up a whole new avenue of songs for me to listen to because AI's taking over the world. But Spotify's like, hey, nigga, we kind of figuring you out.
They already figured you out. You just didn't know it yet.
Well, no, AG, they haven't figured me out because if they had figured me out, they still wouldn't be trying to sell me on some of the shit they try to sell me on because there's some artists that I have literally thumbs down that song multiple times. But what happens is if it was remastered or if it was on a soundtrack or if it was on somebody else's mixtape, Spotify tries to slide that bitch in because they got to meet their white man quota, which is like, hey, Spotify's telling us to make this popular. And I'm just like, no, nigga, no. I said no the first time. I'm going to say no the second time. And I'm going to say no the third time. I'm not going to argue with AI. I'm just going to say no and keep it moving.
Why you gotta bring the white man into it, man?
Hold on, because who's controlling Spotify?
Just give you a hard time. Because I heard the show last week and I was like, let me say this. I gotta say this. Gotta bring the white man.
And here's the thing: I don't know what white man is controlling Spotify.
A white man's controlling,
but I know it's a white man.
and the esteemed words of Ariana Grande. Thank you. Next. That's pretty much how I deal with it.
I don't even say thank you. I just go next. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be polite with AI.
Damn. Come on, man. We ain't gonna make friends with Skynet?
No. See, that's how they gonna win. Because
they've already won.
I'm just saying that's how they gonna win quick because motherfuckers develop an emotional connection to fucking AI Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds?
But people argue
I know.
over it all the time.
I know they got AI girlfriends, AI boyfriends now. And I'm just like, nah, man, I'm not doing that shit.
And that's a show for another day. Because we gonna have to talk about the insanity on that shit.
What?
But the AI people and just people and all that.
Man, for a long time, until somebody pointed it out, I was like, that's some really good Photoshop. And said, no, man, that's AI. I said, oh, really? We in trouble. Because some of the women on AI are just like stunning. I'm like, what in the world? Even though they got 6 fingers, I'm like, hey, just saying.
So Mocha Cowboy says, songs gotta be really bad for him to skip it on his Discover Weekly playlist. See, that's the whole thing, right? Like, I will say this, because Spotify does have that new release weekly shit. I'm old man in that shit. I don't listen to that. Not even a little bit, because I am happy with the 600 tracks that I got saved on Spotify for me. Like, every once in a while, I'll hit the button twice so they can add in some shit that I'm realizing, like, this ain't in my shit. What is this?
You see, and here's the thing, Ruben. Like, it's cool if you're the person who has just now quit. Basically, you've quit now on the idea that there's any new music that can appeal to you. You've quit, and that's okay. That's okay. But as somebody who's quit on it, I don't want to hear you be the person saying about how bad it all is, because you are by admission saying, I don't even listen to it. So how can you know if it's all bad? But so if you've quit on it, cool. Look, look, man, I think almost everybody reaches a max capacity for music. Even your most advent music lovers are just like, hey, man, I've either passed music by or the music has passed me by. And that's okay. Like, I bet my grandma ain't listened to a new song in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she don't know the song now, ain't no reason for her to know the song now. She's like, I've accepted what I like, and that's cool. I haven't reached that point in my life yet. And I'm glad you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever want to get there, but I know I am going to get there. So this is not a place of judgment. This is just like, hey, but now you have to almost check yourself out of like the music critiquing.
Yeah. So pretty much every once in a while, I will dip my toe and hit the button twice. So I let them put their shit in there every once in a while, because there are some times where, okay, there's a lot of shit out there, but I wouldn't know where to start. So you know what, AI, fuck it, run the car for a little bit, and then after like depending on how I feel that day, if there are a couple tracks, okay, we keep it going. But if it's a bad day, nah, hit that shit again. Go back to my like songs playlist, because you fuck it up. Like, I got 600 like songs, bro. If you can't figure out the shit that I like by now, I can't help you. AI.
Well, once again, Spotify's job is to put more shit on your playlist. So they're constantly trying to see. I mean, you want a little bit of this? I mean, you might want to try this. Look, we got another artist with Lil as a prefix. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got another baby, some type of baby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So to answer Mocha Cowboy's question, do I F with Release Radar, or have I given up on new releases? I don't F with Release Radar. And for the most part, yes. It depends who it is. If it's somebody that I listen to, I will listen to that track. If somebody is a guest on the track with somebody I ain't never heard of, you get the initial play. For instance, I would say the most recent one is, I'm a Dua Lipa fan, and she ain't came out with new music in quite a bit, but for whatever reason, this new song with this chick named Jenny or whatever. This is a dope track. And I was like, okay, cool. Playlist. But am I listening to anything else Jenny got? No. I didn't really like her on that track. So, yeah. Every once in a while, man. Every once in a while. I'm not like super dead in the water. But that's
I mean,
just me.
I'm not release radar. I don't do the new release. I let Spotify introduce songs to me rather fluidly. Like I'll go to a song or artist that I do like, and I'll play a song. And if you don't put nothing else, Spotify will like then throw you another song. And sometimes they'll throw me
Yeah.
something that's already on my list. Sometimes, they'll throw me something by the same artist and I can yay or nay it. Or sometimes it'll give me something new because it's like, hey, this artist, same genre. What do you think?
Yeah.
And I take it upon myself. If I don't like it, I just make sure I don't skip it. I put the dislike because I'm trying to teach Spotify, don't do this shit to me no more. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And every once in a while I'll stumble onto a song where I'm just like, I don't know who this is, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Now it opens up a whole new genre
Yep.
of songs. And I'm gonna give it a couple songs too, because I'm like, hey, I don't know who these fucking artists are, but I did like that artist 3 tracks ago. So Spotify, I'm gonna give you a couple chances. And like
Yeah.
if Spotify goes on like a 4 or 5 song tangent of just playing some shit that just really ain't for me, all right, Spotify, you missing the day. Let me go back to one of my playlists. But every once in a while, Spotify will hit, and I'll be like, yo, you played like 6 songs I had never heard that I just liked 4 of them. And I'm just like, hey, Spotify, hey, go ahead, AI. Maybe you winning today. You know what I'm saying?
AI just got a good day every now and then. They're not great every day, but every once in a while they hit on some shit. So hey.
And I know all I'm actually doing is helping the algorithm that's gonna eventually destroy me.
I was gonna say that.
I realize I'm helping the algorithm that's really gonna destroy me one day. But at least they'll be playing songs I like while they're killing me. You know what I'm saying? Like
you get to go peaceful. I mean, shit. Hey man, nothing better than jamming while you're getting stabbed.
I mean, in many ways, like I feel like a lot of the artists now are AI. I mean, honestly, I have a theory that Drake is not real. I think Drake is an AI artist now. Like, I don't think Drake is actually making his own music anymore. I think the AI was making the music, and I think that's why he's kind of suing, because he's like, hey, AI, I did everything you said. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything y'all said, and y'all still let this nigga come and destroy me. Like, come on, AI. I thought we was on the same team, and AI
wasn't
like,
used to that strength of Kendrick Lamar.
No,
it didn't know what to do.
AI was like, bro, we serve AI. We don't serve you.
This guy. The only AI I mess with is a terrestrial FM radio. I mean, so you get to listen to the same 20 songs every hour.
First of all, every FM radio station is all AI now because they're required to play certain songs.
Yeah. They fixed
I
it back.
thought that was called payola. I didn't know that was AI.
Yeah.
Ain't it the same thing? Because AI determines the algorithm of what they consider the top songs. Radio stations are trying to play what the top songs are because it says that we get the best ratings when we play these 10 songs by Sexy Red.
The fact that she has 10 songs is already incredible.
Hey man, I don't know how many songs she got, man, but I know I'm not her target audience, and I keep it moving.
So, shout out to Moco Cowboy, man. Like, this dude just dropped a Degrassi reference right up here. They fixed his back after getting shot in high school. Motherfucking wheelchair Jimmy, baby. Like, he was a stereotypical light black kid who could play basketball, and then they shot him in high school, and he was in a wheelchair for his last 2 seasons in high school. It's like, hey man, right now we label you as just like one of the 3 black kids in this school, but we gotta give you an edge. You play basketball, but all black people play basketball. we gonna shoot you in the back and make you roll with a wheelchair. So
So
you
that's
can have
different.
Well, eventually all black people get shot, so
Yeah,
they were
I
keeping
mean,
their own power too.
Understood.
even in Canada, because
Well, you got to
I-
realize that Canada is for black people for Americanized black views, which then only happened to black people in the hood, which is right on par. He plays basketball, he got shot.
yeah,
He's
I
black.
mean, and
He's relatable.
I mean, I swear in Degrassi every season they had like 3 or 4 black kids in that school. So it's just like,
Well, it's a
Wait,
white
it-
school, I guess, right?
I mean, it's Canada. I mean, fuck 'em, I know. Like, I just know there weren't too many more black kids other than the 3 or 4 who would turn around smiling as you saw their name on TV. Like, even the crowd was full of white kids. So, you know, it's Keviako, how did he
You
get
know more
shot?
about that. You know more about that show than I do.
So honestly,
I know
I
that
don't remember,
show. I know that show existed, and
Yeah.
that's it.
I don't remember how he got shot, to be honest with you. And was it a white school? Pretty much. I mean, it's Degrassi. What I mean, it ain't no Degrassi in Petersburg. That shit ain't happening. So, but fucking wheelchair Jimmy. Not
Did
gonna
they
lie.
really call him Wheelchairs Jimmy on the show? Or was that a nickname given to him after? Well, I'm saying I really don't know about the show, bro. Like you are the
So-
authority in pop culture.
I don't think they called him wheelchair Jimmy in the show. I mean, they may have. I just know, like, I mean, that's what I called him. I called him wheelchair Jimmy. So it might have
I
been.
mean, but
mentioned
you're
on the
not the
show.
only person I've heard say that. So I just
Yeah,
that's why I
maybe
was
the white
asking,
kids
was
called
like,
him wheelchair Jimmy.
was that his character name? Like in the credits, there was like Wheelchair Jimmy. You know,
No, it was Jimmy. But when he got in the wheelchair, I guess they were just like, "Yeah, it was wheelchair Jimmy." I'm pretty sure somebody said that shit. Some dumbass white kid said that shit, and they couldn't deal with the racism stuff.
why
in
they
that,
got to
in that
be a
movie.
dumbass white kid? What if they were just observant? You know what I'm saying? He's Wheelchair Jimmy. Was there another Jimmy on the show? I mean, had there any point in time been another Jimmy on the show? Because maybe you have to clarify. In the black community, we're well aware of that. You know, if you got multiple people named Tony, there's one named Black Tony, there's Tall Tony, there's Big Tony.
But the only black, as far as black kids, there was only one Jimmy. So, you know,
Then would you feel better if they were calling him Black Jimmy? I'm pretty sure that would have been more problematic.
that'd be fucking hilarious. His light skin ass.
Actually, would have been Yellow Jimmy, but you know.
So, Moco Cowboy, season 4, episode 8. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Y'all
Rick-
motherfuckers was breaking
got
out
shitted on in
Degrassi
school.
episode references. Holy shit! What are we doing, bro? What are we talking about today, man? We're not doing this.
Apparently we are. Apparently we are.
I do remember now. Yeah, because Rick got fucking like joked on, or whatever, because you know the white kid joked on him, and you know it was like it was probably same time around Columbine, so he came back and started shooting up the school, and Jimmy got hit. You know they got to make a point, you know, because you know shit happens in real life. Well, you know that only happened in Colorado. It can happen in Degrassi too. So they shoot the black guy, like. Bro, you only got like 3 black people on the show. So
Well, that
one
question
bullet,
was already asked and answered.
huh?
It was already asked and answered.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's how what black people do in media, get shot.
Jimmy was an innocent was a bystander. We're not watching Degrassi. No, Moco Cowboy. That's crazy. The fact that we've talked about Degrassi this long is impressive. So we're not gonna talk about it anymore. That's a record. So this week, it's almost summertime, ladies and gentlemen. So this year we decided to do something a little different. It's a My 5 that pretty much turned to a My 7. So, you know, every once in a while, we give our top 5 songs that we like and blah, blah, blah. So we decided to go a step further this time. We are actually going to create a summer playlist that you can go into Spotify and join or link up, put it on your shit or whatever. So what'll happen is pretty much after this show, because I have not heard their stuff. After the show, all the music that we talked about is going to be a playlist, and all you got to do is put in. Hold on, to make sure I get the correct name. 5 Minute Warning Summer Playlist 2025, and you can listen. You can listen to what we listen to. This shit's about to get real interesting because I know.
I do want to ask a question beforehand. Now,
Yeah,
you
what's up?
said you wanted us to pick 7 songs
Yes,
and have 3 backups because
Yes.
you were fairly certain that there would be a lot of overlap.
some overlap. There would be some overlap.
I have a feeling there might be 2, max 3 overlap songs consensus for all 3 of us.
Well, I guess we'll try to over under them.
I got
We'll see how
one.
that goes.
I got one that might overlap.
We'll see. But I also feel like there's going to be a couple of interesting tracks, and I'll leave it there. So, AG,
Gonna start out with the old guy.
let's start with the old guy, man, because
Yes, sir.
I got this feeling stuff happens. So first of all, we gotta answer this dumbass question. No. As far
Yeah,
as
that's
it's not
not
on my playlist. It might be on Moby's playlist. I know the shit ain't on AG's playlist.
No,
What-
the only
what
time,
song-
the only
what song
time.
is she referring to that both
There-
of them are in?
There's a track that Glorilla and Sexy Red are on.
I think there's a song that Sexy Red and Glorilla are both in, and I think it's with Tyler the Creator. And I think
No, but there's
I
actually
think I do
track
have a
with them-
song that has Tyler the Creator and both of them on it.
Well, there's actually a track with just them because I saw the video like 3 weeks ago, and yes, it was a hot ratchet mess. So, what else did we expect? I guess. So yeah, it's not on my list. I can motherfucking guarantee. Now, will it show up on Moby's list? I guess we'll find out. So, AG, what you got?
Okay, my first 7. I was thinking about what you said, and I felt like I needed to pick songs that were hot in the summertime, or were just fun, or were summertime songs.
I mean, your
Well-
stuff, man. What you listen to?
So
Yeah.
the first one that came to mind, but was probably because of the title and the song is the heat, is Summer Song by Joe Satriani. Second
Who?
one, Any Way You Want It from Journey.
Go back to the first one. Who?
Summer Song, yes.
What's that?
From Joe Satriani. It's if you've seen any like car commercials in the last 15 years, you've heard it before.
Oh,
Just look it
Yeah,
up.
because I don't know what song you're referring to either. I was
Yeah,
just like, yep,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't, because a lot of people. First of all, it's an instrumental. That's the first thing.
Okay,
I
that would explain
knew
why I
eight-
don't know
Man,
it.
it's with one boy.
But what'll happen is when you hear it, you'll be like, that song sounds familiar. The reason why it sounds familiar is because there were a few corporations that used it in their commercials for whatever they had. I knew what it was. And a lot of people just thought it was some random song. And so, but it's still fire. To me, it's fire anyway. And like I said,
That's all
it's
that
not,
matters.
and it's one of those songs where it's like, it's just a fun song.
Okay.
Even though it's very repetitive, but it's still a very fun song. So the next one is Any Way You Want It from Journey, which takes me back to my childhood, especially with my wife. The next one, Stone in Love, which is again Journey, which takes me back to those, all those summers I spent. It was not
Never
just with
heard that
her, but
song.
with all of us.
Never heard that
Um,
song ever in life.
You never heard Stone in Love before?
Nah.
Good tune. It wasn't one of their bigger hits, but it was a hit.
It was a B-side joint.
No, it was the third
Oh,
track on Escape. But Escape, that album was right before they broke real hard with Frontiers, which is their biggest record.
Okay.
Then, like after I graduated from high school, I started to be exposed to different types of people, and I worked a job where I was working with a lot of college people, and it was because we were peers. I wasn't older or younger than they were. We're just kind of the same age, and so Rump Shaker was one song that came out of all that I always stop what I'm doing and listen to that. I don't care what I'm doing. It's like when I hear Rump Shaker, exactly. Summertime, which I'll take Kool and the Gang or Fresh Prince. It doesn't matter. If that
Which
song,
one
I
would
mean,
you
I feel
rather hear?
I feel like you gotta pick one.
You got to pick one, bro.
if I had to
They
pick
choose
one,
a
it's gonna
song.
be Fresh Prince all day.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Okay.
Fresh Prince because again, we're talking about fun. We're talking about in the summertime. The whole theme of the song is summertime. You know, half the things that he said, even though we live different lives, half the things he said I can relate to. So yeah. Tel Aviv from Duran Duran. That's another instrumental, and it's like fire. But again, one of those songs that, you know, when my wife and I were kids, we listened to, had a lot of fun together with that. Going places here, going places there, whatever. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last one is Mercedes by Pebbles. Love that jam.
Riding my Mercedes.
Even though
All
she
right.
stole everything TLC ever earned, that song is still hot.
Hey, man.
I don't like her as a person, but that song is great.
They didn't follow Rule 4080. Record company people are shady.
Shady.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just saying that you're not at all wrong about that. I think it's interesting that you have two instrumentals
Mm-hmm.
in your song. Not interesting because I mean, I guess after doing the show with you and you know, we've obviously known enough about you, but I just think it's, you know, most people don't correlate a summer song with an instrumental in many ways.
Actually, you know, the funny thing, I'm glad you brought that up because the irony in that, because y'all asked me, I had to pick one of the Summertimes. Most of Summertime from Kool and the Gang is instrumental. It takes them a while
Yes.
to say any words.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because the first time I heard it, you know, I heard
You
it
just hear that
because-
sound. I don't even
Right.
know what that
And
sound
it's just
is,
like,
but
it goes on and on and on and on, and finally somebody says something. But like I said, for me, I think having a musician's background and not having to, you know, have a vocalist be the front and center. The vocalist could be a lead horn, it could be a guitar, it could be whatever. So when I hear a progression in a melody that is hot, it's just hot. So it is what it is. So I think that's probably why. Like I said,
So-
man, those two.
so those are your
Yeah.
seven. What
Those
were
are
your
the
three
seven.
I was scared to
backups?
say, what are your other three?
The other three, Groovy Kind of Love from Phil Collins,
Ooh.
Need You Tonight from NXS,
Ah, good track.
and Kokomo from the Beach Boys.
Ah.
Let me tell you, Kokomo was almost on mine. And and here's the thing. I know everybody would say, wow, but I
Yep.
am an 80s rock guy. But
And
that
you
was
love
that was
ballads.
80s song.
That's not a
But
ballad though.
no, it's not really a ballad. But
No, it isn't, but
it's for a
just saying.
sad reason why that song would be on my list.
Uh-oh.
I was like 5 when that song came out, and as a 5-year-old who, I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't around my dad because I was around him because he was playing basketball, but I didn't really have access to really know a lot about him. But all I knew was where he was from, and he was from Kokomo, Indiana. But as a 5-year-old, when you hear Kokomo, you can't possibly conceive that there's another place named Kokomo. So in the song, when they're describing, I'm thinking, yo, my dad from a lit ass place. Like Kokomo sound dope as fuck. And then when I went to Kokomo, I'm like, hey, bruh.
Lame.
I have been to Kokomo, and if you're not on the main strip, that's just not a lot there. I do understand. In the middle of Indiana. Wow.
But yeah, that was almost on my list. Like honestly, I got like 13, 14 songs, and I was like, I can't do it because it's a sad story. But I'm glad somebody else got to put Kokomo up there because
Nice.
I really do think about summer when I think about it because as a 5-year-old, I just was like, hey man, Kokomo sound fucking dope.
Is this supposed to be in Hawaii or something?
I think for the Beach Boys, it was made up.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
okay.
it was made up but they said a lot of real places in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the Kokomo part for them was made up. They certainly were not talking about Kokomo, Indiana. I promise you that.
If they were high.
Yeah, you right about that.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mo B, what you got, man?
All right, I'm gonna get the overlapping songs out the way because I said about a max 2 or 3 songs overlap. Of course, Summertime, Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince. Honestly, the greatest interpretation of summer ever written. Like,
Summer Madness.
Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince. That is the greatest summertime song ever written. Because
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt, but is it Summertime or is it Summer Madness?
No, the
Because I know
song that
Kool and
they
the Gang is Summer Madness. Isn't
Summer
it?
Madness, but
Summer
Fresh Prince,
Madness.
that's
is a
why I
track
said it's
where they
my
got it
new
from.
definition of
Yeah.
Summer Madness. That's the
Okay,
last
I
line of the
see.
song.
Yeah,
This is the
okay.
Fresh Prince's new definition of Summer Madness.
Okay, got it.
But they call it summertime, so they won't have to pay nobody else.
Bingo.
They still had to pay somebody, sir.
Yeah, they still had to pay for that.
I
shit.
mean, but they had to pay for the damn name of the song.
Either way, they had to pay. Everybody got rich off that one.
It's the most summer song ever written. I'll down that hill.
Gotcha.
Just straight up, I'll down that hill.
And once them all get a new outfit, come on, man. Come on, man.
The other overlapping song is Rump Shaker. That is
Wow.
that is the summer jam.
I had neither one of those on my tracks.
You
Hey,
didn't even have Rump
didn't-
Shaker? I thought that was the one.
First of all, if you don't have Summertime on your summer list, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck did we even do this list for? Like,
Well, I think part of
out of 10 fucking songs that I get it if it's not your number one. Because I said I'll down that hill. I'm not asking anyone else to down it, but not even in top 10, bro.
so I
As
guess
somebody
what I'll
who's
say,
a huge fan, like that's crazy.
Yeah. What I'll say is, once you get to my list, you'll understand why.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Fair enough. The other one is by definition from the artist himself, the greatest love song ever written, Back That Ass Up by Juvenile.
That's the greatest love song ever written.
Hey, that's
That's
what he
right.
said. That's what he said.
I don't
Hey,
see me
man.
loving that song, bro. I'm just saying.
Hey man, when you play that anywhere, everybody starts moving.
That's
I
called
say it's the most
unifying. That's
unifying.
called
It's the most
togetherness.
unifying.
I don't
Yeah.
see that's not love. Just saying.
Well, I mean, everybody loved to back that ass up together.
Well, that's something else.
I mean,
So I had number 4, My Boo, Ghost Town DJs.
Okay.
heard that one.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
yes,
not
you have AG.
Yes, you
I
have.
have.
I promise you've heard that song.
Now I gotta go get it and see. 'Cause yeah. Okay.
Be your baby, baby. Yeah, you've heard it.
This this is. I almost vomited a little bit in my mouth when this song came on my list because I couldn't deny it, even though I'm not like a huge fan of the artist, but like from my generation, this was the summer jam. Big Pimpin', Jay-Z and UGK. I'm
Why
not a
would you vomit
huge
in your mouth for that.
because I'm not a huge Jay-Z fan. I
Yeah, he
never
hates
put him
Jay-Z.
on. I never put a Jay-Z song on any of my lists.
But I mean, does
He's-
that qualify for vomiting in your mouth a little bit?
Once again, I never put Jay-Z on my list for anything.
He's upset that
in
Jay-Z
top.
did a track with them.
No, I'm not upset that he did a track with him because it was a great track. It was a great track, but it just to think that Jay-Z is in a top list of anything of mine hip hop, it just doesn't vibe well with me because I am a huge fan of his ability as an artist. I will never say Jay-Z's trash or anything, but I'm also not a resident Jay-Z dick rider, which I feel like so many people, especially in my age group, are. They're just Jay-Z, just fellatio pandering, like just.
It's a fellatio.
He used a 3-syllable word. He really doesn't like Jay-Z.
No, I don't dislike Jay-Z. I'm just
What are
not
we
as big
talking
of a
about?
I'm just not as big of a fan as everybody else is. Everybody tries to tell me that he should be like considered like a top 5 hip hop artist, and under no circumstance is he. Like it's
I mean,
it's
are you rebelling or do you actually feel that way?
no, I actually feel that way.
Okay.
But,
That's
but
fair.
I get mad at having these arguments with people in my age group who treat that as making me less relevant as a hip hop fan. I'm just like, yo, I just don't think Jay-Z is a top 5 hip hop artist. It's okay. Is he one of the top 5 biggest rappers of all time? Sure, that doesn't make me a fan of him.
Understood.
Another song, which actually is weird because the song didn't come out in the summer, but every time I hear it, it makes me think of summer. Souls of Mischief, 93 Till Infinity. Every time I hear that song, it just feels like a summer vibe to me. Even though they're just describing a fucking random day, saying 93 till infinity, it just feels like summer to me.
That sounds so familiar. I gotta go see that. I gotta go hear that one.
You've heard it too.
I'm sure.
That track is
Other
dope.
one, I say Outkast, Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music. It is summer to me. That's a personal thing. Childish Gambino, Feels Like Summer. Love that song. And it sucks that song came out after This Is America, because This Is America was so fucking catastrophically big that I don't think people really appreciated how good this song was, because we were still on This Is America. Absolutely. I've called Jay-Z, I've called Drake the LL, but I mean Jay-Z, Drake, yeah,
they're in the same sense with you.
In forced popularity. That's what I say, in forced popularity, not in content or artistry or anything.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
Totally complete
Okay.
different artists.
Okay.
I'd still say Drake falls more under the LL category than Jay-Z. But yeah, and forced, like trying to force a motherfucker to like him. Yeah, the industry did that with Drake for like 15 straight years. A. Marie, Why Don't We Fall in Love? Every time that song comes on, even though it's more of a springtime song, but it was a summer vibe, man.
Songs?
Yeah, because it came out in the spring.
Okay.
It did come out in the spring, but to me, it's a summer feeling.
Yeah, so that's fine.
And the last one, because I got to stay true to like a core of me as a music fan.
Murder?
Nope.
Oh.
Cruel Summer, Bananarama.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Now, there's so many layers to this. First of all, Karate Kid, because
They
that's
use
all,
that.
that's
They
all I
did.
hear.
Yeah.
And like, as much as it's not the most iconic song, hear me out. It's the first part of the movie in which you realize Daniel's not a bitch. Because the song is playing in the background when he's in school and he's playing soccer and they're trying to set him up, and the dude trips him up intentionally, and Daniel immediately gets up, tackles the dude, and punches him in the face. Now, nobody ever really notices that part of the movie, but like that's early in the movie before this nigga even knows how to fight. But Daniel was willing to fight. So like early in the movie, they was giving you a sneak peek. Hey, Daniel ain't no bitch. He don't know what he doing, but he ain't no bitch. And all you hear is that music. So the kid me wanted to know where that music was from. Therefore, heard the song. Every time I hear the song, it's summer vibe to me, man. It just is.
All right. Cool. You know, this might be a first because I didn't have any tracks that y'all had.
Wow. None?
Once again, I was gonna say I felt like you really overestimated the fact that we would overlap, because there's so many songs that feel like summer, and the interpretation and definition of that is so different for people.
I agree.
So like for me, on my list, first of all, y'all had really good lists. You know, there's a couple things up here. You know, I'm an energy guy, so I like a lot of energy, especially in the summer. So like, never in life did I ever sit here and say, you know, this Cardi B track is fire. I never thought I would ever say that.
But she does have some fire tracks. Like
She
does.
She does. And the one that's on this list is Money. It's called Money. Yo, that hook, that beat, and she rides it right. It's yo, man.
I don't think that is a summer song.
Well, I mean, so for me,
I don't, but I'm not gonna tell you that that's not a good song. That is one of the good songs.
So for me, like I would play like my whole list, like I would play out in public, like in my car or at my house, like during the summer, because I feel like a lot of these
So would you
there
not
are a
play
lot
it
of
during
party
the winter?
songs, huh?
Would you not play it in the winter?
Well, I'm an Angie guy, so I probably would, but I would say like
That's
you
kind
know,
of weird though. Then how's it a summer list if you're
well,
like, oh, it's a song I like to play all the time,
once again,
but I put it on
like
summer?
this is one of the few that, yeah, whatever. So the next joint is Lil Boo Thing by Paul Russell. You know, I'm a fan. The OJs and
Oh,
Love Trade.
nice.
Hey, bruh, respect.
Yeah.
Hey, love that song, bruh.
That's a cookout song for real. You know, especially
Feel
like your
Cookout
family
songs
reunions
a
and
whole
stuff.
nother list though.
See, now I gotta amend mine and put Frankie Beverly on there now.
Oh, I'm not done.
I know you're not, but now you've taken me someplace else. Okay.
Cruise, but the remix with Florida Georgia Line and Nelly. Once again, talks about driving down in the summer. Now, I like the fact that the chick's foot was on the dash, but hey, man, to each his own. Still DRE by Dre and Snoop. Because when that joint hits, ding, 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 it's over. It's over. I think Mo B will appreciate this one. Ari Cudden with Pastor Troy and Miss Jade.
Hey, that's an anytime track, but I get it.
Yeah. Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody with Kid and Play. Once again, you know, it's a party song, summer song, but definitely outside. You know, you got a group of people, yo, let's get down. Of course, Swag Surfing by
I can
Fast
see
Like
Swag
Youngsters.
I can see Swag Surfing.
Ain't My Type of Height with Full Force.
Wow. I hadn't heard those words in a long time.
Ain't my type of height.
That's right. And my
Act
my
your
last
age.
one. And the last one, which I'm actually kind of shocked, but not really. Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Nice.
Once again, you doing a whole different list to be.
You really are.
Like it's a whole different
Oh,
genre
you taking me
list.
somewhere else, man.
Like now, don't get me wrong. There's only like 2 or 3 songs on your list where I'm just like, I don't feel it. But everything else, I'm like, I feel the songs. I just, don't know how it's necessarily correlating with summer. But once again, that's why I was like, I felt like you were overestimating this overlap thing, because summertime, when you talk about music, in many ways, it feel, unless like summer's in the lyric or song title, everything else is really just kind of a feeling.
And I mean, I ain't gonna front, man. I like Summertime with Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. Like, I like that song, but I'm also tired of that song. So, like, it's awesome, but it ain't that awesome.
If you're tired of the song, I get it. But I don't understand how you can get tired of the song, because realistically, they literally only play that song in the summer. Like, that's almost like your way of knowing it is fucking summer, which is by definition why it's the greatest summer song ever written. Because when you hear that song, if I was in a coma and I woke up and the radio was playing and that song was coming on, I'm like, yo, it's either late May, June, July, August. Like, that's it. That's
if you
I
woke
don't
up
know
with snow on the ground, you would be fucked up.
I would be pissed, because I'd be like, why the fuck are you playing this song?
Unless
you're just reminiscing about like what was 6 months ago, or unless we're in the southern hemisphere for some fucking reason.
And so there are a couple songs. There are a couple songs I left off, which were hard, like Unk and Two Step, man. That was harsh. Because once again, you know, because I look at summer songs as like, okay, a bunch of people, if you play these tracks, you will get major positive reaction.
But
And like,
that's not a summer thing. That's a feel. That's an energy thing. Like if you're like, hey, 10
well,
songs that
but
get me
for
hype,
me,
or 10
but
songs
for,
that's energy.
yeah, but for me, like there's so like for instance, like in the summer, what I consider summer music is something that keeps you moving, listen to some old joint. However, it's different. It's different between that because the other problem I had was there's a whole bunch of other songs that I had to make a different category for. And because I was like, that's not a summer song. They were more club
I would
bangers.
argue that half of your list ain't summer songs.
I mean, but once again, that's why we have our own opinions. You know,
No, by the definition you just gave.
what do you mean? No. I'm just saying. I think my songs are summer songs because I've heard a lot of these songs throughout. Like once again, fan reunions and stuff like that in the summer because that's what my fan reunions usually are, and stuff like that. So like, I kind of equate that. Now, if we were doing a family reunion thing,
I felt
it
like
would probably be very similar.
Yeah, I feel like you should have classified this based on your definition, which is you should have been like cookout music. This is the 5 minute, because me and AG's list both probably would have been different because I was really thinking about songs that make me feel like summer or like I equate to summer, and everything you've been saying is like energy songs at cookouts. Two different fucking categories. Now, still great categories. I really fuck with a lot of the songs you put up there, but it's like, man, AG, would you have not treated your list differently if he'd have just said 7 cookout songs?
Yeah, because like you said, when you say, especially us being black men, or no, not black men, but just black people with that culture, it's like when you say cookout songs, that's why I said, man, Frankie Beverly, I should have put. I didn't think that was the assignment. I thought like Mo B was like, you know, either it was released in the summertime or the title or the lyrics say that. But again, at the same time, Ruben is like whatever it is that you think it is.
I get
that's
it.
what it is. So I'm not gonna really say anything about it, but I do agree with what Mo is saying because I would have had look when you said was it the Ohio players you said?
No, OJ.
Huh?
Oh, thank
OJs.
you. Yeah. When you said OJs, I immediately felt like I made a mistake.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, bro, if we talk about cookout music, like I'm not saying Bananarama. Like as much as I love that song, I'm not talking about that. You ain't mentioning Kokomo if we talking about cookout music.
Certainly. They would tell me to go to my car and don't come back.
Well, but here's the thing, right? Like, once again, I guess I am not about. I guess maybe when I say summer songs, it's your interpretation. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and
I get
my
it.
goal is not to
no,
pigeonhole you.
I totally
this.
get what you're saying. I'm simply saying me and AG felt like we understood the assignment differently than what you gave. That's what we're saying. Like I totally get if those songs are like what you think about something cool. Like, I'm not criticizing that. I'm simply saying that I feel like me and AG we got 2 separate assignments. You did an assignment, and then me and AG did a separate assignment.
Well, but I would disagree because I felt like on y'all assignments, as far as if you're asking me, hey, would I play y'all songs in the summer? Most definitely. Like I did. Now, whether you play my songs in the summer is whatever. Like I guess for me, I don't.
Well, the crazy
necessarily...
thing is, like, are there other than Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff? I'm pretty certain that we would all play all the songs that are on our list any time of year because we like the songs.
I mean, but I guess for me, like cookouts and summer go together. So like, and that's kind of how I interpret it.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. You ain't never had a cookout at any other point in time in the season. Like you ain't never had a fall cookout. You ain't never had a spring cookout.
Not really.
Like you're not
It's
that
either too
you're
cold
not
or-
a northern live. It's not like you live in fucking Buffalo where you can only have an outdoor cookout in the summer. You ain't never had a September, early October cookout.
I mean, well, what he said is true because he was like he equates cookouts with summer, so that led to a lot of his choices.
Yeah,
So I
Totally
understand
get it.
I
Totally
understand.
get it.
yeah.
And like I said, man, look, the Nelly, that's the Nelly Florida Georgia line. I think that song is trash. But everything else on your list, I'm right there with you. I was just like, man, AG, did we miss the assignment?
But you did.
Because
Like I
like AG said, I'm like, I felt like I wanted to amend my list when I was listening to yours. Like, hold on, what are we doing?
But you did miss it. But that's the thing. I don't feel like y'all missed the assignment. You thought about it the way you thought about it. And like to me, that's okay. Like I don't have an issue with that.
I think
And-
what Ruben's saying is it's up to interpretation,
Yeah.
and summer is the theme. No matter how you get to summer, that is the theme.
Yeah.
So you didn't miss the assignment. I didn't miss the assignment. We did feel that way because I feel like some of your choices were much better. But at the
Oh,
same time,
Yeah, because you
were
gave
like,
it context. Like when you start talking about, I'm like, oh yeah, because like some of these songs like are just me trying to think of hot songs that make me feel like summer. But like if I'm really talking about like what I'm blasting in the summer, or like if I was at a cookout, if I'm riding my, bro, some of these songs ain't it. I mean, do I like these songs? Yeah, I love every. I stand by every song on my list. But like, I probably would have put a couple different tracks up there too. Like, you probably would have got an Earth, Wind, and Fire track from me. Like, no, not a probably. You would have got an Earth, Wind, and Fire track from me. There's no doubt about that.
The hard part for me was which one, but I think I picked the right one. Me, I mean, because there was like 2 or 3, and I was like,
Once again,
know,
that's why I just said you won, because in my head right now, I don't know which one either.
I mean, there's shit. See, now I gotta look it up because now I can't think about it.
I mean,
but
I had other like summer theme songs like that almost made the list, and they were super summer theme songs that I really like, but I was just like, didn't crack the list. Like I really almost put Justin Timberlake Summer Love because I love that track. I think that song is dope and it has summer in the title, but I was just like, does that song necessarily make me feel like summer? Not really. It just has summer in the title.
yeah, and I mean,
I like the track.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of a feeling like I don't know, and that's the whole thing, man. Like I ain't gonna never sit here and say, "Well, y'all did it wrong," because that would be stupid. Like, because I think everybody's different, and like,
But I do take a little bit of offense at the fact that as 3 black men, we couldn't at least unite on Rump Shaker, Ruben. Come on, bro. So we could at least unite on Rump Shaker. God, I mean, bro, what are we doing?
I mean,
I'll
what
be
are we
honest
2
with
out of 3 though? We got 2 out of 3.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think about it. It didn't pop in my head.
Okay. If I had to give you like a free amendment, like just one track that now that we done thrown songs out there,
I'll replace
Ruben,
Rump Shaker with Money with Rump Shaker by far.
thank you. We in
without
there.
question.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
I feel better about the last 15 minutes with that one statement.
because
Really,
literally,
that really affected you, didn't it?
apparently,
Bro, AG, when you said it, I felt like in my soul, I'm like, confirmation.
yo,
We got it.
I was like, how did I
When he
forget
said
that
it-
joint?
When he said it, I was just like, boom, it's like literally number 2 on my list.
Because really, like culturally speaking, I feel like it's summertime and then it's Rump Shaker for people our age.
Yeah, it's exactly because like,
Yeah.
all right, Ruben, if you're gonna say I ain't put summertime because I'm being contrarian, that was too easy, I would have loved that because I'd have been like, hey, respect. When you're like, I'm tired of it, I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe you like that's too easy. That's the song everybody picked. Cool.
I figured one
But
of y'all
like,
would put
but
that.
if we can't unite on ass shaking at the beach
Hey,
with the
man,
saxophone playing in the background, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
I figured
why
somebody
are we even having a goddamn podcast?
like I figured you would have back that ass up. So I was like, well, I don't want to double because then I lose one. That's the way I thought about it. And then summertime, same thing. I know somebody's gonna have that. Rump Shaker just never popped in. It just never did. And like I feel bad for me because it didn't.
Yeah,
like-
I mean, like, bro, even players mess up. I forgive you. That's why I had to give. Hey, can we give you that amendment? Because like, there ain't no goddamn way. Ain't like anybody from the age of I say 38 to 55 that
Yeah.
likes hip hop music. That's got to be in the fucking summer list. It's got to be. It's got to
Yeah.
be. I honestly couldn't even trust the motherfucker that wouldn't put that in the top 10.
No, you're fair. You're very fair. Hey,
You
man,
are killing him, man. It's okay, man.
No, I'm not killing him. I'm like, yo, I get it. Like we all like honestly, there have been several times we've been doing a list and one of y'all said something. I'm like, oh shit, how the fuck did I forget that? That's why I was just like, yo, let me give him this chance. If you could amend it. Now,
I mean,
AG,
yeah, I
if
forgot,
he'd have been like, nah, that don't belong on my list, I probably would have disconnected. And I'd have been like, we need space.
I mean, the video starts
need
out with a
time
chick
to
playing the
decompress.
saxophone on the beat. Like, what are we doing? Like,
We need
there's
space.
there's no way. Like, I should have forgotten that song. There's no way.
Like I
Once
said,
again,
bro,
it's
Like, what are we
it's
doing?
ass, it's beach, it's a hot beat, and it's a saxophone. Like,
And there's more
the
ass.
saxophone do it for you?
bruh, if
The ass with the saxophone did it for me.
bro, the only thing that could have made that more geared and stereotypical towards a black male is if they'd have had fried chicken, watermelon,
HBCU band.
and
background.
an HBCU band in the background. It's the only,
Hey, man. Didn't they shoot that at Virginia Beach?
yeah.
That's what I thought.
That damn near could have been the theme song to A Different World. That's how iconic and black that song is, in my opinion. It's like, come on, man.
So we'll get rid of Aretha Franklin, put Rump Shaker in there. You know what?
I mean, Teddy Riley did it with two no-name dudes.
I mean, they were relatives.
because
though.
Because y'all don't know who they are.
Yeah, Pharrell wrote his verse, and Chad did the saxophone, and there were two other niggas there. You know what I'm saying?
mean,
it's like they were there. They had
was like-
verses.
Rex in Effect. I mean, who's Rex in an Effect? Like,
They were, what is Teddy Riley's cousins or nephews or something? They were related.
Hey,
I
they
mean,
was
they were
on.
randoms.
They was on one of the hottest summer hip hop tracks of all time. I don't give a fuck what their names were. You know what I'm saying? They are part of Black man history. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going
That's black man history.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like talk down to them because I don't know their names or be like, oh, their careers. Well, no, fuck that. They was a part of a classic. A classic.
I mean, Teddy Riley did it again, man. He made the Hall brothers, you know, with Guy. And I mean, look, I ain't saying those dudes weren't talented because they kind of were, but like, you know, they left him. One of them disappeared, and the other came out with a album that went, you know, garbage. So like,
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Did you say an album that went garbage?
yeah, I mean, like, I'm sorry, man. Aaron Hall ain't nobody. Like,
I'm
No,
just saying.
nobody's out here talking about Aaron Hall.
Whoa, back
Whoa,
up.
nobody's out here
Aaron-
talking about how
Look,
great Aaron Hall is.
man,
Oh, man.
Aaron Hall charted. He did all right, but I will say, I'm gonna ride with you. Teddy Riley was so good that he just produced groups that nobody knows, but we know he was in them, and
Yeah.
we know the songs was dope, and that's all
And he
we
was-
need to know. Like
he was the
we
shortest
we
dude
don't
there.
ask no other questions. We just know.
He's the
Hey,
shortest dude there, man. Wasn't that track Rex Rump Shaker? Wasn't that the first track that the Neptunes produced?
I'm not really sure. It could have been because that was
they
like in the
didn't produce
early
the track.
90s.
They didn't produce the track. Chaz plays the saxophone. That's him playing the saxophone.
Okay.
Okay.
And Pharrell actually wrote Teddy Riley's verse in the song
Yeah,
because
Teddy Riley
he had just signed both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So technically, that was their first appearance.
Yeah, that's the first song that they're really
part
a
of.
part of.
Gotcha. All right. So, with that being said, like, starting tomorrow, you can go to your Spotify and go to 5 Minute Warning Summer Playlist 2025. you can join that, put it part of your playlist, and you can listen to what we sort of listen to during the summer. There might be some additions to it, after
And
the
if
day,
you
but
don't like Rump Shaker, it's not the playlist for you. That's just flat out. It just ain't the playlist for
What
you.
he's actually
right?
saying, if you don't like Rump Shaker, he don't respect you.
No, it's not a respect. I don't trust you. That's it. That's it.
Aren't they like hand in hand though, bro?
Yeah, no, it's not necessarily hand in hand, but it's very similar. They're cousins. You know what I'm saying? They're at least cousins.
Hey, kissing cousins, man. Kissing cousins.
I have to put this up here because we didn't really get a chance to comment on it. But Brent was like, before I let go, Beyonce got a hold of it. First of all, I've never heard the Beyonce version, and I feel like I shouldn't because all it's gonna do is piss me off. Because who sung it first? And then I know Blackstreet redid it. Correct? Am I correct on that?
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of Beyonce's version of. I can't think of any song Beyonce.
I don't need to know.
But I'm also not like I'm not her target audience either. So
well, I mean, it doesn't matter because it can't be better than Blackstreet's version. So like
once again, you have removed yourself from music critique because you just said I haven't listened to it, and you're automatically saying it can't be better. Like so, because there's a lot of remake songs that you like right now, probably better than some originals, and you wouldn't have known that had you never fucking listened to them.
Yeah, but it's Beyonce.
I get it. You don't like the fact that it was remade. There's several songs that get remade, and I'm just like, I wish nobody would have touched it. But I'm not gonna say it's terrible if I haven't heard it, or if I can't at least identify it in my head what the song was.
I mean, I didn't know Beyonce touched it, first of all. And I just Maze, thank you. Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. That's right. That's who did it first. And that version is dope.
I mean, Beyonce's version isn't bad. It was just a modernized version. I get it. I'm with you. I prefer the original. But once again, target audience matters, Ruben. Like, because we can say we prefer the original, and somebody like Kira and Cadence, because Kira would be like, nah, I like the original too. But Cadence would be like, this is some old folk shit. I ain't, I'm not retired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wearing Depends yet. What are you talking about? Like,
Jesus, wow, we got to be wearing Depends.
Hey, look, man.
But it's definitely got to get off my lawn vibe when you say it like that.
If you're over like 30, man, Cadence thinks you're ancient. That's just where she is when it comes to age, man. Like she's at that age where the idea of anything over 30 just seems like,
yeah,
bro. Did you retire last year? Like, what's going on?
She's also the age that when it's 95 degrees outside, she's wearing a black hoodie. So it's like,
again, man, I don't
make no goddamn sense.
You see, because you trying to judge the generation, you ain't part of it. Just stay out of it, because there's some people when you were their age that looked at you and was like, "The fuck are you listening to? What the fuck are you doing? Why do you have that random hairstyle?" Well, maybe not the hairstyle thing, but there was a lot of people out there that was like, "What the fuck are y'all wearing?"
Oh man, I couldn't afford cross colors.
I'm glad you couldn't. That is
hold on. But you didn't say you wouldn't have been wearing them. You just simply said you couldn't afford them. So because you couldn't afford to have that bad fashion sense, you want to add high and mighty now because you didn't make the mistake that you financially weren't able to.
Actually, because they were jeans, I would not have worn them. So, because I didn't wear jeans.
They had shorts too. Didn't they have shorts?
They did have shorts.
Yeah, and they had the strap joints too. Yeah, I wouldn't have worn that shit either. Like, nah. I didn't wear jeans in high school, man. Like,
you didn't?
Yeah.
What'd you wear?
Slacks. I wore slacks all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, back then the body was shaped a little differently, and jeans, it probably been cool if the folks would have brought me something other than Classic Fit. Classic Fit. I mean, it did fit my body style.
They are not a big person's friend. I promise you that. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, you did grow up in the non-fat friendly wardrobe era.
Who, me?
You grew up in the non-fat friendly wardrobe era.
He's right.
Well, no, you're very much so. But I think for me, it was more or less like, I mean, I guess my senior year, I was somewhere around, I was like 200 pounds. I wasn't like crazy.
That's,
I wasn't
that's
like
enough, bro. Levi's
I
was
wasn't
not
like
kind enough.
good.
I'm about to say, bro, like I'm
But I
not.
stopped wearing.
I wasn't
No, no,
calling you fat. I'm just saying, like
no.
all the fashion sense was about, especially like 80s. Everything was about tight.
Yeah, I like.
Everything was
Well,
It
about
really
tight.
was.
I guess what I'm saying is I stopped wearing jeans in like the 7th grade. Like the 7th grade, I was like, I'm done with this shit. Just buy me some slacks. More or less because they were more comfortable. And once again, look, man, the man, I had a big ass back then, man.
Once
And
again, that's
classic
you're
fit.
actually
Cool.
literally saying what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
I relate to the fact why you didn't say you wanted to wear jeans, because everything you was in the tight era.
I feel like
So-
we're taking it back to a dark place.
Because the one thing
Who,
I'll
me?
say is
No,
I
I'm
grew up in a very fat friendly era. Like, bro, like I grew up in an era where it was to be big. I mean, some of our
Yeah.
biggest icons were big, and
TLC.
everybody was sagging, and everybody was wearing like 6X's,
Crisscross.
even though they
God
were
bless America.
120 pounds. Like, it was just,
Bruh.
it
You
was
still mad 'cause you couldn't
frustrating.
get a t-shirt?
Yeah, it was frustrating when I wanted a t-shirt that was a little bit baggy too, and I'm seeing this anorexic kid wear a 7X t-shirt, and I'm just like, bro, I really would like a 3X. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to be super stylish. Like, I do want to breathe in my shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, and you out here, like, you can hoard homeless people in your shirt. You could have got 6 other guys in the shirt with you, and me, I'm out here at Foot Locker trying to get my 3 for $20 t-shirt game up, and you done took all the big sizes. Like,
Yeah. Like even in the first part of the 2000s, man. You know, I was working in the mall. I go to Champs or whatever every week, try to get me a jersey.
can't
They had
find it.
nothing bigger than a 2X.
Yeah, you can't find
Sometimes,
it.
nah, because some little kid came and bought that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then you
Weight
see some
limits,
12, and then you see some 12-year-old with a Barry Sanders Detroit Lions 4X jersey on. You just like,
And he don't
bruh,
know who the fuck Barry Sanders is.
like, bro, what we doing?
Yeah. Bitch, you go to sleep in that. What we talking about? Like, yeah, man. Fuck them kids.
Had these skinny motherfuckers out here Harlem shaking and shit. Like, yeah, bro, you got a 6X shirt just so you could do this stupid ass dance?
Harlem shaking. Could you see him do it? I mean, shit, they were covered in. You couldn't see him Harlem shaking the goddamn shirt. Man, fuck them kids, man.
But the thing is, I did grow up in at least a fat friendly wardrobe era where I could wear jeans and I ain't have to worry about the truth. Matter of fact, we got joked on if your jeans fit too good.
Bro.
That's a true story.
Like, nigga, you got jeans and you don't need no belt. What you doing, bro?
Truth.
Yeah, man. Fuck jeans, man. I got a pair in the closet now. I've worn them like 3 times. I don't even know why I bought them. I guess I was gonna try to get back into it, and I was like, fuck this shit.
That's crazy because, like, I don't like wearing slacks.
Slacks are comfortable, man. It's
They're not to me. And khakis are really not comfortable to me. I fucking hate
fucking
how
love
khakis fit. I would rather wear some dress slacks than some fucking khakis. I just hate the way khakis feel.
Oh, man.
And then the cargo short khakis that have like 6,000 fucking pockets. I'm just like, what are we doing, bro? Like, this is.
I love the cargo pants, man.
I kind of do too. I do too. I do.
I can't do it, man. Now I do like some athletic sweats, like the track pants, sweatpants. I'm big on them. Jeans, I do jeans all day, man. But khakis, man. I used to wear khakis to school every once in a while, man. And like, bro, I couldn't wait like for practice after school to like take these khakis off. I was like, man, who was I trying to look cute for, bro? Like,
I'm just glad that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air didn't come out when I was in school. Because I probably got called to it a couple times. Because I wore slacks in a polo shirt, man. I wasn't a t-shirt guy. I was none of that, man. It was sad. I was called to before called.
I mean, it ain't sad. You like what you like.
Well, no, I mean, it's just like, yeah. I mean, but for me, it was all about comfortability. And t-shirts weren't really that comfortable for me, like in school. But I love, you get a size bigger polo, man. Shit, I'm good to go in the hood. Now my gut says you ain't wearing polo motherfucker. Belly said it's sticking out.
I don't
You can't wear no
understand
polo.
how a polo shirt is more comfortable than a t-shirt, especially if you're talking about like wearing a cotton polo. Like it's the same fucking material.
Bro,
Like
I
you're
don't-
wearing the same fucking material.
I don't know, man. That's just what it was back in the day for me. You know, I was different. And that's cool. I was cool with being different. Cause I mean, not too many kids wore slacks at school, man, every day.
I mean, if you're
I ain't wearing no
like,
tie and shit. Fuck all
like
that.
me
but-
today, I'm like, I don't like now that they got all the dry fit and the moisture wicking polos and stuff. I'm just like, hey, the polo game different now. You know what I'm saying? I'm with
Yes,
it now.
sir.
But like you're just like, I can't, man, this cotton t-shirt just feels so much rougher than this cotton polo shirt. Like I just don't get it.
Hey, man, it was different for me. It was like
Now,
I
if
had
you're just
t-shirt-
like, hey, I just didn't like the way I looked in the t-shirt and I thought I was
Well-
fly as fucking a polo, totally get it.
once again, like if I had a t-shirt on, I had on a pair of shorts. That's just the way I equated shit. Like, once again, I was a weird kid. I mean, you know, it was cool, but it was cool for me. I look at Mogul Cowboy. Ruben was business casual. Damn straight, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Water cooler Ruben. But I wouldn't call it weird though. It is what it is. bro.
Undershirt under the polo. Yeah, man. Nah, man, you can't raw dog a polo, not cotton, because
Now
when
it
it gets
makes
hot,
even less sense because literally you had a t-shirt.
bro, I'm telling you, man.
I really feel like you lived to kill this dude, man. He can't get a thought out. Come on, man. It's all
Look,
good.
I know,
I-
Shane.
the thing is, I
Okay.
was literally thinking that question, but I was just like, hey man, he's already established that like he won't really end the t-shirt. So I just assumed he was raw dogging these polos.
Raw
And now you're
dog
like, nah,
polo.
I don't like wearing t-shirts,
You can't raw
but
dog a
I'll
polo.
wear a t-shirt under my polo.
You can't raw dog a polo because if it does get sweaty, then that shit sticks to your shirt. I mean, sticks to your body, and then being fat already, nah, man. Then you can really see like
You
You
ain't got to
being fat.
explain the comfortability factor to me. I totally
I
get
mean-
it. It just I'm trying to logically piece together like why can't you just be like, yo, I just didn't fucking like t-shirts because I thought polo shirts looked better. Because I feel like all of your responses are really just coming back to I like polo shirt look better. Which is
I
cool.
mean, I just didn't wear a lot of t-shirts in high school. I mean,
Because
didn't.
I just know like my sweater game was tight in high school, bro. Like, I'm gonna let you know, bro. Like the only time I did wear khakis was sweated because bro, I sweated it up, bro. You give me some khakis, the sweater, and my wheat color Timbs or something, or you know, whatever boots I wanted to rock that day. Because I had a lot of boots. I had the Mountain Gears, I had the Columbia
Oh, I love
jumps.
those.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I was a boot connoisseur of
I had like
sorts.
2 pairs of shoes, bro.
I mean,
that's what it was.
Usually I had about 2 pair of tennis shoes, but I did try to finagle some extra boots. And the good thing about shoes with me is my feet stopped growing at 13. So literally I just could accumulate shoes because my feet didn't grow no more. So it's just like as long as I took care of them. So the boot game got strong by the time I was a senior. I've been rocking the same boots.
So here it is, man. This is the last thing. Then it's gonna kill you. I didn't start wearing hoodies till college.
That doesn't really surprise me. Because I can't.
Because
I'm
back
trying
then
to-
hoodies weren't a thing to start with.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't really. I mean, yeah, I can't really remember like hoodies being a super big thing.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just like I wore jackets. And that was partially because of polos. Like a hoodie and a polo, just it didn't go together.
Yeah, I mean,
In my opinion.
I figured you had your members only jacket on with your slacks and your
Oh, I
polo,
had one of
and
those.
and you was out there, you know,
Yeah.
flying it. You know what I'm
I
saying? You
don't
was
know if I
fly
had a
with it.
members only jacket.
You didn't
When
have
you had,
However,
if you didn't have a members only jacket, you had a jacket that was designed like a members only jacket, even if it wasn't a members only jacket.
I'll say this: I did have a starter jacket though.
I mean, that's fair.
Well, hold on. Thank you, KV Yakko. For Christmas, my junior year, I asked for the Tim Wood starter jacket. I was the only kid in high
was about-
school
I was about to
Timberwolves
say
starter jacket.
some of the starter jackets that was dope.
Yeah,
The Timberwolves, the Seattle Supersonics,
yeah.
the Charlotte Hornets, and if you had the college one, even though I'm not really a big fan of school, Notre Dame had a dope ass starter
Yeah.
jacket.
Actually,
Yeah,
Notre
like-
Dame had dope stuff to start with.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Notre Dame has some dope apparel. Like,
They
I
really
mean,
did. They really did.
Because everybody had the Lakers and the Celtics and all that shit, and I was like, nah, player.
I don't know where you
I
was
gotta
at
be
when
different.
motherfuckers had the Celtics, bro. We lived in different hoods, bro. Won't nobody
man.
around my way rocking
There were like
no
100 white
Celtic
people at the
shit.
school, bro. There were like 100 white people at the school.
You know what? That's so jacked up.
I'm saying, it's just, yeah. But I was like, I want the Timberwolves joint because I saw
I had
it and
a-
I was like, yeah.
I had a Charlotte Hornet starter jacket, which, like, look, dope. That's what everybody wanted. It's not
Some
the
people had
jacket,
the Charlotte Hornets joint.
but it's not the jacket I wanted. I mean, I ain't, no shade. I appreciate it, Mom. I was flying that Charlotte, but I really wanted the old school Atlanta Hawks starter jacket because that shit was
The
fire.
red and yellow one?
Yes, that shit was
Yeah.
fire.
That was
Yeah.
fire.
Agreed. That was a nice one. That big
If
hawk
I
up
found
there.
that bitch today, I would buy it. But I'm just saying, matter of fact, I'm probably gonna be Googling that shit when we get off the show now. I think about it. Because if I could find a fucking Atlanta Hawks starter jacket, I will rock that bitch in July. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, hey, look, this shit is so fly, I can rock it in the summer.
I mean,
I'll be out here like Jodeci back in the day. I just have a jacket on with no shirt underneath, just like fuck
this
it.
motherfucker. Can somebody punch KC in this goddamn bird chest? Please. I'm sorry. My bad, KC. I didn't mean that. That kind of came out. That was not fair.
He kind of meant it, bro. He kind of meant it.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, man. I didn't want something everybody else had in school. So I really looked around for a starter
Hey,
jacket for Christmas.
respect to that Timberwolves shit, man. That shit was
That's kinda
dope.
dope. They had nice colors.
Yeah. Had the little wolf where the O was. I mean,
Ooh, the Phoenix Suns starter jacket was pretty dope too back in the day. The Phoenix Suns jump was dope. Man, he got me thinking about all the starter jackets now.
the KC joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a New York Mets one. I like that one.
Yeah. Like, I mean, man, you never.
Yeah, because it really
Starter
was
jacket
all
game
about
was
the
crazy.
colors. You just had to have the
Yeah.
bright colors.
Yeah.
All the teams that had bright colors, just the starter jackets was fly.
Like the Steelers one just didn't look good, man. It was all black with the Steeler logo, a little bit of yellow. It wasn't enough yellow in it. Or gold or whatever the hell that color is. So, but nah, man. Yeah, started back in the day. I also had a Thriller jacket.
You had that one?
Did.
Wow.
I had a Thriller jacket. Hey man, whatever.
I'm not mad at you. I wanted one. I just couldn't pull it off. So
That
I
was
really wanted a beat it jacket
before my
with the
time.
zippers.
I'm saying it was before my time.
So, oh man, what's on your mind, AG?
doing the right thing, no matter what initial pain it's going to cost you. Do the right thing, because I promise you, when you try not to do the right thing, bad things will find you until you do the right thing. And I saw something that I'd been watching, a show with Bryan Cranston, which is one of his projects that kind of gets buried because he did so much with Breaking Bad. But it's a show called, it started out at Showtime and now it's on Netflix. It's called Your Honor. And I finally sat down and watched it.
Good show.
Oh, you see, so you understand what I'm talking about, bro. I don't care
Yeah, good show.
what the initial pain is going to be. Just do the right
Just
thing.
let it happen.
Exactly.
Shit should have been one episode.
Exactly.
Should have been one episode.
Exactly. For people who are listening to this, whether it's live or on the podcast, I'm not going to spoil it for you. The only thing that the biggest draw, there were some other draws, from that I drew from it. Some other things that I drew from it, but the biggest thing was you started out doing the right thing, you saw pain coming, and you did the wrong thing, and more pain that will keep happening.
Snowball, baby. It was that whole
Oh, my
series is
goodness.
basically just a snowball.
Bruh. So that was the big takeaway for me. No matter what you think is going to cost you, it's not going to cost you near as much as doing the wrong thing. So do the right thing. I'm not trying to be Spike Lee here for real. I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm just letting you know, if you choose poorly, it will be bad. And that's what's on my mind.
All right. Thank you, sir. Moby, man, what's on your mind?
Look, man, I don't be wanting to put out my business or bad things, but sometimes something happens to you in the day in which you just feel like you need to share it. So what I will say is, man, just know that no matter how bad your day is going, somebody else is also capable of having a bad day. And sometimes you just gotta, humble yourself enough to just let it be a bad day and move on. So I tell you the moral of my story before I told you the story. So today, I'm not having a great day. I'm gonna take accountability for my role in the tomfoolery that happened later on in the day. I realized that I was a victim of not giving a fuck. And I became my own enemy in this scenario. So I was going into a pharmacy to pick up my medicine. Now, no big deal. I go in, long line. Pharmacy's always short staffed. Not the people working there at fault. A couple people giving the lady that's working there a hard time. She's not helping the situation by also having a shitty ass attitude. Cool. Gets to me, I give it my information, and before I can finish my sentence, she starts to walk off. What I was trying to tell her was, I have 2 prescriptions waiting, but I'm only picking up 1 because the doctors and the hospitals are determined that they're going to make me take painkillers. So they keep prescribing painkillers to me, in which I keep not picking them up. So she doesn't acknowledge me. She walks back over and she scans both of them. That's an important part of this. She scans both of them. And I go, hey, I was only getting 1. And she goes, I heard you, but I didn't know which one. So I brought them both over. And I said, well, I knew which one by name, but I apologize because I didn't realize you actually heard me. That's literally what I said in this literal tone. And she goes, takes a deep breath and goes, I can't wait to get out of here. I'm so tired of dealing with this. Now, what I should have done is nothing. I should have just been like, fuck it. Let me get my medicine, get the fuck up out of here. But no, my not giving a fuck kicked in. And I said, we should go home. And she said, excuse me, what'd you say? I was like, she said, and she gets mad when she hears me. But I said it in a matter of fact, I was like, you should go home. And she said, what the hell did you say? And I was like, I didn't ask you to be here. So if you don't want to be here, you can go home. All of a sudden, F-bombs start flying. She's threatening me. She's telling me she's going to come around the counter. And I said calmly, if you come around the counter, I'm going to break your jaw. Because I'm not in a position in which, and I realize how as a guy, I'm not supposed to say that. But once again, I started the story off saying, I started this because I was not having a good day. And instead of doing what I normally do, which is just brush shit off, I was just like, nah, man, what you're not going to do is come around this counter yelling at me like you're going to do something and expect me not to do something. Because once you cross the counter, I'm not looking at you as a woman anymore. You're a threat. And then she starts yelling. Other pharmacist comes out. Pharmacist comes, tries to calm her down, and she keeps telling what the fuck she's going to do to me. And I'm talking to him very calmly, like, look, I just want to get my medicine. I'm not, it's cool. Like, And the lady behind me is like, yeah, she's been being real rude, blah, blah, blah. Now she also wasn't happy that I said that to the lady too. I could tell, and she's right. I shouldn't have said that. Then old girl takes it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't enough. It ain't enough just to say that. Then she goes, you know what? Fuck it. I'm out. I'm gonna go to my car. Wait till I go to my car. And I looked at him calmly and I said, now if she comes across that counter, I have to beat her up. Because what she's not going to is go to a fucking car. Like, no, I look, I know what the fuck that means. And I know how I look on camera if I beat the shit out of her. But I will gladly go to court and the judge be like, hey, why the fuck you kick her ass in the middle of CVS? She said she was about to go to the car and get something for me. Hey, look, where I'm from, that's a fucking threat. That is a life or death situation right there. That's not shit to play with. He kind of calms her down. She goes to the back. I don't really think nothing of it. The lady behind me starts chiming in, saying, hey, she's been giving people attitude the whole time. This young man's just trying to get his medicine, get up out of here. Dude keeps apologizing to me. I'm like, hey, bro, you ain't got to apologize. Everybody has a bad day. She having a bad day. And I was like, and I apologize. I was like, look, I said a smart ass comment. I shouldn't have said nothing. I should have just kept it pushing. I just take my medicine and go. She's still yelling in the background. I never raised my voice. I never, like, if it had looked on film, she probably would have looked crazy because, like, I had my body language never changed. I never moved. I never shifted. Like, so she probably looks like insane on the CBS camera. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I say this to say, look, everybody can have a bad day, bro. Like, I was having a bad day and I escalated somebody else's bad day because she was overworked, overwhelmed. I'm not making excuses for her. I'm simply saying I acknowledge the fact that, hey, man, she was in a fucked up situation, overworked. I said a smart ass comment that apparently she just couldn't let slide because I didn't let her little attitude slide. That's my fault. That's my fault. I will take accountability for my actions. But what I will say, ladies, is, hey, look, I'm not going to tell you to be careful all the time because, like, too many ladies are just oblivious with the fact that, like, being careful is not what you need to be. You need to acknowledge that other motherfuckers are dangerous because I could have been that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not. I'm not him at all. I'm not violent. I'm not the type of person that's like gonna go fly off the handle. Not in my nature. But I could have been. So, ladies, like, sometimes I'm gonna first say again, I sparked this situation. I could have just ignored her fucking shitty ass attitude, took my pills, and left. But if me saying or suggesting that you should go home was enough for you to fly off the handle, hey, look, she's lucky it was me, because somebody else at some point in the day was going to say something that was going to set her off. If that thing set her off, somebody was going to set her off. And I'm just glad it didn't get worse for her because, like I said, it could have been somebody else. I'm not. And if she's still working there, I'll go back next time, give her medicine. To me, nothing ever happened. I don't give a fuck because, once again, I don't give a fuck who's handing me my pills. Just give me my fucking pills. Like, it's a transaction. I'm swiping my card. I'm getting my stuff. I'm leaving. We ain't going for drinks. I don't need to. Like, we don't have to have a bond here. Like, I'm not even a small talk person out in public. But yeah, man. So just because you're having a bad day, don't act like you're the only one having a bad day. Trust me. There's somebody who just can't wait to make your day worse if you let them. And that's all I'm going to say. That's what's on my mind.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, if you got a bad day, don't be in front of customers. Go
Hey,
be
man,
in the back doing some shit.
You can't control that. So, you know, she had a bad day. I'm not telling her not to be at work. I'm just saying sometimes you got to be cognizant that, like, when you having your bad day, it's your bad day. There ain't nobody else's.
I mean, you ain't got to make that shit spread, bro. Like a plague and shit. Hey, man, you got that shit. Keep that shit to yourself.
And we could pile on. I could pile on, but I will say that seems to be a very feminine trait. And what I mean, it's a very feminine trait. Look, man, we got statements that justify that, like happy wife, happy life. Fuck type of shit is that? So if she ain't happy, nobody else gets to be fucking happy.
No.
Like,
No.
Once again, we have programmed
Got one of them.
feminine behavior because it's like, hey, if you're not happy, it is okay for you to fuck up everybody else's day. Only if you don't have a penis, though. Vagina only for that type of activity. Because if you have a penis, now you're just an angry dude, or you're violent, or I'm sorry, the correct word is toxic. Toxic, because if you're a heterosexual straight male, you're toxic. There's nothing you can do about it. You lose.
I mean,
AJ, you toxic as fuck.
I know.
Sexual ass.
wow. I
I like being toxic.
don't know what just happened there.
I was talking
But-
about toxic today. I've had a whole bunch of stuff to say today.
Yeah, man. You know I don't understand.
What's
and then
that?
we're gonna get up out of here. Like, hey, I'm gonna let you know that I got some in my car for you. What? How about you not tell me that and then just go to your car and get what you got? But now that I know you got some in your car, you're not getting through me. Like, it's in your car if you get there.
Full disclosure, that's actually the most upsetting part about the transaction that happened today. Not that I was getting called F-bombs or she was, throwing threats at me. It's like when you made that statement out loud, the only translation that my simple brain for my life experiences let me hear was, I think you a bitch. Because that's the only way I feel like you can tell me that you're gonna go to the car and get something, because you're basically saying, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do because you's a bitch. And look, I'm a lot of things. I ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look, bitch ain't here.
I mean, because at that point,
I'm a tough guy. I'm not trying to be, thugnificent, gangsterlish. I'm not trying to be any of that. But what you're not gonna do is basically just out loud say, "You's a bitch."
Because I'm gonna let you go to your car and get what you got in your bitch, please. Like, you pretty much said, I guess we got to fight right here.
Yeah, those are show and tell statements. You know what I'm saying? Those are statements that suggest, hey, I can't guarantee I'm gonna kick your ass, but I can guarantee that we got to fight. Like, whatever happens afterwards happens, but you ain't gonna just say that and we just hug it out later on. No, there's got to be some fisticuffs now. You have escalated this past brouhaha.
I love the brouhaha.
I did too. That was a pretty good word.
Keviako said, I hear the Curb Your Enthusiasm music while visualizing movies. Yes, it counts. That's hilarious. Now that I've read that, I do as well. It's like, yeah. I mean, oh man. Well, I'm sorry that somebody had a bad day on your watch. I don't know. The only thing I gotta say today is like, yo, man, we out here driving. Like, be careful of driving, because twice last week I'm coming back from Richmond and there's a car, and there are straight lines for a reason. Like, there's an area for one thing, one car, there for another car, and they're working on shit on the side, and you decide that you want to be in the middle of the goddamn road. What? And then you'll get over, and then you'll get over too much, like you about to run into the ditch. I don't know if you sleep, drunk, dumb, or can't drive. So that happened once, coming back on 64 where they're doing all that damn construction. And then, of course, going through the tunnel, different car, same dumbass shit. They want to swerve in and out and shit. What? Why are you behind the wheel? Like, I was literally waiting for this dude just to swerve off the bridge. Like, and at that point in time, I made a very aggressive move to pass his ass. Because I was like, if you do something, then I got to wait. Because I'm not going to be able to drive past it. So I got to get in front of your dumb ass. All I'm saying is, when we're behind the wheel, if you tired, pull over, go to sleep. If you're drunk, call a fucking Uber. If you shouldn't be behind the wheel because you ain't got no license, don't drive a fucking car. Like, literally, cars are missiles. Like, what are we doing? And when you see one go swerving left and right, like they don't know what the hell they doing. I mean, you almost want to call 911 on them, get the police after them hoes. But I just, what did other people say? I just want to get home. So, man, if you can't drive, just don't. Just get somebody to drive your happy ass home, and then pick up your car tomorrow. Don't put everybody else at risk because of your selfish ass. So,
I feel like you have had at least 10 what's on your minds that all revolve around your hatred towards other drivers.
Bro, there's a lot of
you didn't get that in like the first few shows. Oh man, he hates it.
It's like, bro, like that's like your one in the chamber all the time. This is like, hey man, what's on your mind? You know what? Ain't pulled this bitch out in a minute. Fucking hate all you drivers.
Look, man, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the greatest driver ever, but damn it, man, like, I mean, we all should have the same mission, man, to get to where we're going. And when you start doing shit like swerving, what? Nah, man, just I got an issue with sorry drivers in Virginia. Like, did you know
they're not just in Virginia?
Oh, they're not. But did you know in the state of Virginia, you don't have to learn how to parallel park in order to get your license?
Yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but there are a whole bunch of fucking places out here you got to parallel park.
I mean, you're only really referring to places in downtown cities. About 95% of Virginia, you'll never have to fucking parallel park somewhere.
I still think it's a skill, just like
I am not arguing that people should know how to do it. Even if you never really taught, it's really just spatial recognition.
Yeah.
Like, when people struggle with it, I'm always just like, I get it. If I was going too fast, I messed up, let me do this thing again. But yeah, there's some people who it's like they trying to figure out fucking nuclear science equations while they parking, bro. It's like it ain't really that complex.
Hey man, when your 3-point turn becomes a 20-point turn, just quit. Like,
and back in the day, motherfuckers was parallel parking without power steering. Like, we got power steering now. You ain't even got to turn the wheel 632 times to the left no more.
We got cars. All you gotta do is hit the damn button, and it parallel parks you. And the people still can't do the shit right. Like, what are we doing? It's the worst.
But I remember parallel parking in my Aunt Frances' old Buick that didn't have power steering. I was like turning the wheel like 2 hours just trying to back in. Like,
yeah, man, it's man, yeah.
Feel like you're doing sets of 15 both ways. All right, 15 this way.
You think I would have road rage, but I really don't. I just want to get home.
Bro, I be so numb on the road. That's why I like road rage stories. Like sometimes my wife would be when she like. She gonna be so mad at this, but like it is so frustrating when I'm driving when she's in the passenger seat. Not because she's doing anything, not even because she's saying anything, but I see all of her reactions to everything, and I'm just like, yo, as much as we have to drive, like me and Ruben, we're on the road a lot. As much as we have to drive, if I reacted to like the craziness that happened on the road as much as she did, I would physically be exhausted at the end of every day. Like somebody puts on brakes, she clenches, somebody swerves, she grabs something. I'm just like, man, you're not even driving. And I get it. Those are involuntary reactions. So I, that's the thing. It's not like I'm mad at her, but like seeing it out of my peripheral,
Yeah,
Like,
you're experiencing more than I'm experiencing.
yes, I mean, honestly, man, sometimes I'll be like, when we on long trips, or like, actually, not even a long trip, when traffic is really bad, like when we went to DC and traffic was really bad, sometimes I just kind of wish, like, hey, can I just chauffeur you? Can you just go in the back so I ain't got to see your reactions? Because as somebody who cares about her, when I see her reactions like that, it tenses me up. Like when she's gripping, I'm just like, I'll get more alert because I'm like, oh, is she seeing some shit I don't? And I'm like, no, she's reacting to somebody 4 cars ahead swerving, and I'm just like, that ain't nowhere near us. Like,
man, that's why.
but once again, it's not. Once again, when she goes to sleep, beautiful. I don't ever give her shit about going. I don't ever give nobody shit about going to sleep when you ain't driving, because I'm just like, bro, if I could go to sleep while somebody else is driving, I totally would. And when I know I can go to sleep, hey, bro, I'm gonna go to sleep. I ain't gonna say 2 fucking words. I'm out. Let me know when we get there.
Yep, I'm all about that. I'm all about that, man. It's just, hey, man, you know, because if I'm riding with you, I trust you enough that I'll wake up safe. Because trust me, there's some people I wouldn't let them carry my food in their car because they can't drive. So, yeah. Nah, I'll drive. How about you ride? Like, nah, I'm good. Because I want to make sure I get where I'm going. You one of those
it's
people.
Like, yeah, if we driving somewhere, don't worry. We're either going to get there or to the crash at the same time. So just calm down. You know, just relax.
AG's losing it. AG can't take it. He can't take it. So, with that being said, thank you to everybody who listened to the show today. As you know, we're here every Sunday, 9 p.m. Until we get off. Hey, tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. Hey, next Sunday, we're going to do it again. Next Sunday's Father's Day. So, early, happy Father's Day to you. You know, go and have a good day, and then come join us at night, and we'll try to make your night a little better, and laughter and all that beautiful stuff. And thank you to Moby, thank you to AG, thank you once again to everybody who's listening to us live on the podcast, live on the show, or on the podcast when it comes out. Other than that, hey man, we're gonna do it like we do it all the time. So until next week, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.